Hey guys, it's Tim. I've been getting a lot of questions about Paragon points, where I'm putting mine, what a good strategy is on where people should put their Paragon points. So I thought this was a good time to do a video about the new Paragon point system, Paragon 2.0, especially since Reaper of Souls is coming out really soon. And if you're going to strategize at all, now's a good time to build that strategy so you're ready to go come Reaper of Souls. So let's jump in the game. I'm first going to do this on a wizard. Core is your first category. Each class is going to have their own stat first. So for wizards, it's intelligence, same with witch doctors. Demon hunters and monks will have dexterity, and barbarians and crusaders will have strength. Every class is going to have vitality as their second category here, and movement speed is going to be the third for everyone as well. Now the fourth one is going to be your main resource, increasing the size of your main resource pool. So for wizards, it's maximum arcane power, for barbarians, it's fury, demon hunters, it's hatred, and so on. What I suggest for this category is focus on movement speed first. Let me show you something. If you go to your character sheet in the details section here, and go down to movement speed, if you hover over this, it says you may have a maximum of plus 25% movement speed from items. This is your cap. Now, passive abilities aren't included here. This is just items, and what it doesn't say is Paragon points. So while I have 12% from, I believe it's my boots, 12% movement speed from my boots, I can still get 13% from my Paragon points, which puts me at the 25% cap. Any more points in my Paragon point movement speed category is wasted. So, since I can have a maximum of 25, I currently have 12, I need 13 in order to cap. So my first points are going to be going into this so that I can hit 13. And a little tip too, you can hold down shift and click the plus button here, and it'll add, I believe, 10 points at a time. That makes it a little bit faster when you're messing around with the Paragon points. Now, where you put your points beyond that is going to be based on your build. I like having the maximum arcane power on this one. On the Demon Hunter right now, I really like having the plus maximum hatred since I'm using a cluster arrow build. It's really going to depend on what your playstyle is and what your actual build is. If you're having some struggle staying alive, you may want to put your points into vitality, or if you just want to squeeze every ounce of damage out that you can, put it in that top stat. But for now, let's go ahead and put the rest of the points into maximum arcane power. Next up is offense. Attack speed, cooldown reduction, critical hit chance, and critical hit damage. The only one that I'd shy away from, especially depending on your build, is going to be cooldown reduction. That's kind of a specialized one. It's really going to be build dependent. The other three, well, you can't really go too wrong by putting your points into attack speed, critical hit chance, or critical hit damage. I'll show you the quick and dirty way to tell which one's going to be giving you the most damage, but this is not an end-all, okay? This is just a paper damage focus, what's going to give you the most damage on your character sheet. Does not mean that it's going to be the best for your build necessarily. For example, if you're a wizard and you have plus arcane power and critical hit, you're probably going to want to prioritize critical hit chance more, even if it says that your damage goes down. Reason being, a wizard with plus or arcane power and critical hit is going to get a lot more bang for their buck out of additional critical hit, and that increase is not going to be reflected in your plus damage here too. So anyways, the quick and dirty way to do it is to add all your points to attack speed. Take a look at what your damage is, 260,000. Reset the points, put all your points into critical hit chance, 257,000. So right now attack speed is winning. Reset the points yet again, and add it all to critical hit damage. Oh, my buffs went down. 261, so I think we found a winner. Critical hit damage right now. Next up is defense. Now, I really like this category because you can't really go wrong putting your points into any of these. You can spread it around if you like. You can dump all your points into one and then work on another. There isn't really one rule for any certain build or any certain character or anything like that. So I would just focus on what you personally like. If you don't have a personal preference, get the resist all. It's going to give you the most bang for your buck. It's the best, especially towards higher difficulty settings as well, to have plus resist all compared to the rest of them. Now, something to consider. If you have a build or certain items that help you benefit more from plus life, so say you have a lot of vitality, that plus life percentage is going to be really beneficial for you. Or if you have a passive that helps you benefit from increased armor or anything like that, check out those two. But again, if you don't really know what to put your points into, go with resist all. Next up is the utility tree. This is a fun one because it includes the new stat area damage that Blizzard added for patch 2.0 in Reaper of Souls. So let's take a moment to understand how area damage works before we move on to the other ones. Open up your character sheet and go to the offense category. The stat is called area damage, and let's read it. All attacks have a 20% chance to also deal a certain percentage of the damage to enemies within 10 yards. So, if you shoot a magic missile at a skeleton that's surrounded by 5 other skeletons, there's a 20% chance that you'll deal a percentage of that magic missile damage to the other skeleton standing right next to him. So, let's add some Paragon points and we'll reread it to make sure that we understand it. So this takes me up to 41%. So now I still have a 20% chance. That does not change. What changes is the amount of damage that I deal to the surrounding enemies. So now all attacks have a 20% chance to also deal 41% of the damage to enemies within 10 yards. So if I deal 100 damage with my one magic missile, those surrounding skeletons, there's a 20% chance they'll take 41 damage. Okay, now that we understand that, let's return back to the Paragon points. So area damage is a really good stat if you want to just increase your total damage output. Resource cost reduction, this is going to kind of depend on your build. If you have something that you spam or that is really expensive, for example, Demon Hunters using Cluster Arrow, resource cost reduction may be a smart choice. Life on hit. If you're having survivability issues, this is the one that I'd focus on. Gold Find, let's be honest, I'm not going to suggest that to anybody. You got 3 awesome choices here: area damage, resource cost, and life on hit. Don't bother with the Gold Find. So there you have it. That's a quick run through with the new Paragon system. If you haven't given that new area damage stat a try, give it a shot and let me know what you think in the comments below. I think the jury's still out on whether or not it's really worth dumping a lot of points into. A lot of people lean heavily towards it being awesome, but there's also a lot of people who just aren't too excited about it. But anyways, thanks for watching. Remember to subscribe so you can check out the new build videos I'm going to be putting out soon, including some Paragon stat recommendations. And also remember to check out my stream at twitch.tv/IamTheMatrix. I stream every night from 7 till 10 p.m. Central Standard Time. So thanks for watching.